Hello, friend. Welcome to another episode of the Mount Rushmore of everything. This week, we are diving right in and talking about Nintendo characters.
First one is obvious, is the Mickey Mouse of Nintendo.
Mario.
Are you going to say?
Right? Mario?
All right, yeah.
Mario, yeah.
Mario. So Nintendo existed before Mario, but it was until him that they just boomed all over the world. And it was a game changer.
Wow. Wow. We are sorry for that inappropriate joke.
What are you talking about? It's a very fitting joke.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, it has kept going. How many video games that started that early are still their characters
going and
or their
still
franchise
dominance.
is still going? Yeah.
Yeah. If I think video game character, Mario is the first one that comes to mind. First appeared in Donkey Kong, though.
Yep.
1981. So I was thinking through, if somebody doesn't know anything about video games, what characters do they know? And for me, that easy answer is Mario. Gets a little more difficult after this, but like even video games in general, whether it's your grandmother, your grandfather, your great-grandmother, grandfather, that aunt or uncle who has lived off the grid their whole life, if they can name one, it's Mario, which is why Mario's there. And for me, also non-negotiable for sure.
Mm-hmm. And now we're talking about Nintendo characters.
Yes, we're talking about Nintendo characters.
But that's how obvious of a choice it is to say Mario, because he has transcended his own
Nintendo, for sure.
Yeah, his own franchise or brand for sure. But then even beyond video games, you have him all over.
So, second one. We kind of both said the first one. Who wants to say the second one?
I can go because I think it's obvious too.
All right. Give us the second one.
If anything, I think it would be another non-negotiable, in my opinion. Is Link.
Okay. Also a non-negotiable, in my opinion.
Okay.
For sure.
Now you're getting into the Nintendo, what Nintendo is. So like Mario, he's just this big, wonderful guy. But now, what is Nintendo really about? And then you have this game. But it's a very recognizable Nintendo character, Link.
For sure. The only place where it slightly lost points for me is I'm not sure how iconic the name is if you really get out of gamer culture. So that was the thing I slightly struggled with, is I thought to myself, if I were to imagine, somebody who doesn't know about video games, I would think they'd say, that Zelda guy. And I'd be like, that's Link you're talking about.
Or just flat out, and this happened to me when I was thinking about it, and I thought, Zelda.
Yeah,
and then I caught myself, and it's like, wait a minute,
yeah, that's not right. Yeah, which is something that I find very interesting with it, because Mario is like, no matter how you look at the name Mario, the appearance of Mario in all of the different iterations, the games of Mario even, which doesn't matter, right? In theory, Mario could have 0 iconic games, and it doesn't matter. His iconicness as a character is beyond that. But Link, the weird thing was the name, because the games are called The Legend of Zelda, so the better-known name is Zelda, but the character that everybody's thinking of, and the character that's certainly more iconic, has to be Link, which came out in 1986, so 5 years after Mario, but still one of those early characters, because some characters came a little later, which doesn't necessarily matter, but Link is easily a non-negotiable.
Yeah.
Fun fact, apparently Link was originally named Link because it was meant to be the gamer's link to playing the game. And that's how the name Link evolved. Was just out of that functional meaning.
That's you.
That's you. That's your link in the game.
That's your link.
Which I thought was very interesting. Another thing I looked at, because I try to find things that will help solidify a character's place. And there are 12 original Super Smash Bros. Characters that are in every Super Smash Bros. Game. And Super Smash Bros., right, is pretty indicative of it's basically iconic Nintendo status characters. Yeah. Not necessarily all of these are on that, but I did find that a helpful tool, and Link and Mario are both original 12. So of course Mario is, but Link as well.
Interesting. Cool.
Which brings us to my third one, which I believe is also an original 12. Not sure. I'll put the truth in the description. But this is actually another non-negotiable for me. And that is the one that shared its first game with Mario, and it's Donkey Kong.
Really?
Yes.
See?
Because...
Oh my goodness.
Really? Interesting.
I don't have
Ooh,
it.
this is going to be a good one. I would have sworn we were going to agree on at least 3. We'll see. We still might agree on the last one. But my reasoning is a couple parts. One, it is also, along with Mario, basically the introductory Nintendo character. It's also another character that I'm very convinced, even somebody not into games at all, I would even argue this is number 2. Not that we rank them, but in the specific instance of like have somebody who doesn't know anything about video games name characters from Nintendo. And Mario, I think, would be the first one. And then the one that I think would come after is Donkey Kong. Because that name is just, like, everybody knows that as, like, the gorilla monkey Donkey Kong. The name is iconic. The appearance is iconic. He's in, like, all the games, right? Like, Mario sports games have had him since the beginning. He's been in the Super Smash Brothers, Mario Kart, to the point that he entered Mario games before Link did. So Link wasn't in Mario Kart. Link wasn't in a lot of the Mario sports games. He started to enter into that, but Donkey Kong has been there since the beginning. Even the first Mario Kart has Donkey Kong. I could be wrong, but certainly Mario Kart 64 does have Donkey Kong. So Donkey Kong for me was my third and final non-negotiable because I thought the fourth one was a lot harder between the name and the appearance and just being inextricably Nintendo. So that's the other element here. We've talked about this before, especially when we talked about animals from different continents. It's about being iconic to Nintendo as well as being an iconic Nintendo character. What third one do you have since you disagree with Donkey Kong?
Okay, well, I think I had a hard time picking this one over Donkey Kong. And it might be a cop-out type of choice.
Oh, boy.
But I'm going to go with Luigi.
That's not a cop-out.
I think that Luigi has become his own thing and he has his own fan base. But he also has been there. You could argue, well, no, from actually right after Donkey Kong and they came up with the Mario Brothers games, he was there. The reason why I say a cop-out is because he was just the green Mario.
But he's not, though. He's truly his own character.
But in the beginning, because of all the pixelation that they had back then, and the looks of it, it looked just like it's Mario, just green.
I mean, to be fair, even though the game Donkey Kong, we now give credit to it being Mario. He was known as One Jumpman or something when the game came out. But now we know that character as Mario.
Yeah.
So in a similar way, even if in the credits it said Green Mario, we now know him as Luigi. Yeah. So it's not a cop-out.
Okay. I think that he deserves to be in it.
What I find interesting is your choice to go to a second Mario character before giving any love to Donkey Kong. I do find interesting. I think Luigi's a decent choice. I do not have him on my 4. I'll get a little bit more into why.
Oh, so I'm wondering what you have.
The main thing I thought through with this 4th one is I broke it down by categories. Now, I don't think that categories are necessarily important, but I think it's helpful to sort of look at, like, okay, some of the iconic franchises within Nintendo, what's the most iconic character that we haven't discussed? And then for the franchises we've already taken a dive into, like for you, for Mario and Luigi, what's that second character that I would take? So some other primaries, you have Metroid, so that would be Samus. Kirby from Kirby would be another choice. Star Fox with Fox McCloud. F-Zero with Captain Falcon. Fire Emblem with Martha's getting really in the weeds, I think. And then you could even say Mr. Game & Watch from Game & Watch. But also worth a call-out is Pikachu is technically a Nintendo character in the sense that Nintendo did invent Pikachu and Pokemon, but that goes to the, like, what do you associate it with? And for me, even though Pikachu is easily iconic enough to be on this 4, I don't see it as iconic as a Nintendo character. I think of it as the iconic Pokemon that Pokemon happens to be owned by Nintendo. So I think Pikachu is a very valid choice, but because of that, I sort of ended up swaying away. And then we have the secondaries for franchises I've already talked about. So you have Mario franchise. So I think there the valid options are Bowser, Luigi, possibly Yoshi, but Bowser and Luigi, I think, are the options there. And then for Zelda games, Zelda, I think, is a valid option to have. Possibly Ganondorf, but I would say no. Diddy Kong for Donkey Kong. And then when I really broke it down, it came down to 2. Zelda or Bowser. And I ended up going with Bowser because if there's anything I wanted to double dip in, I thought it has to be the Mario franchise. And then I thought, okay, we played the game of video game character or video game hero Mario, even if it's not Nintendo. video game villain, not Nintendo, Bowser. Bowser's been there basically since the beginning. He's been a recurring villain. He's easily the greatest, or at least most iconic video game villain of all time. You could consider others like Luigi, I think, again, is a legitimate... I could even throw Luigi into that final three, and I could maybe throw Pikachu in. I think Samus is too niche, so Pikachu possibly, but I associate so much more with Pokemon and not really Nintendo, so throw it out for that reason. Zelda, I agree with you. The appearance just isn't quite there, and it mostly is riding off of the iconicness of the name of the game, which is not... It's not Mount Rushmore worthy, which leaves me with Bowser, which... At first, I'm like, can I really? And then I thought, how can I not? I don't think I could possibly name a more iconic video game villain in general, much less Nintendo villain, and to have one villain on there that I think is easily more iconic than Zelda or Pikachu or certainly a Samus, Kirby, Diddy Kong, or, Fox McCloud. So, Bowser.
Okay. Fair enough.
Introduced in 1985, by the way. Been around for a while, which is actually a year before Link, which is 1986. Bowser is...
It's even older.
Even older.
Cool.
So what's your fourth one? I have a feeling I know.
You have a feeling you know? What do you think?
I don't know. I think you're going to go Zelda, but go ahead.
No, I'm not going Zelda. I'm actually going Metroid.
Really? You are going Samus?
Yep.
Okay. I cannot believe we're disagreeing on two on this one. Very interesting.
Yeah. The reason why is because this was a very different game. And it had an amazing twist that no one saw at the end when Samus takes off his...
And then it's a her. And nobody knew at the time.
Yeah, nobody knew. And maybe hasn't aged as well as Mario or Zelda, but still I think it has a very special place in Nintendo's history. When I always think of Nintendo classic video games, it's the Mario, the Zelda, and the Metroid. That I think of those three as being the ones that got them running and started.
Even over Donkey Kong. Even though the game that started Mario was literally called Donkey Kong. I don't even have Samus in my final 3 or 4 that I would choose for that 4th spot, but if I were going to dedicate myself to one per franchise, in that case, I think Samus would be my choice.
Okay.
Possibly Kirby. I think it's between Samus and Kirby for me in that department. Let us know what you think in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you. This is all about facilitating discussion. So, discuss with us by leaving your comment about what you think in the comments below. If you haven't already, be sure to drop a like on this video if you've enjoyed it. And if you haven't already, subscribe, click that little notification bell so you know when new episodes come out. And we hope to see you next time.
Game over.
I'm picturing the Mario 64... with the Bowser, Bowser thing.
Violinist, a very good violinist.
Violinist?
Yes.